Your Excellency, it is an absolute pleasure to speak with you in Abuja. In fact, I think the last time we spoke, we were in China.
Yeah.
In Beijing. You were part of the Nigerian delegation. And I remember during that time, you were positioning Kaduna State as an emerging economic hub. I want you to talk to me about foreign direct investment, how it's been, and what your top priorities are for the remainder of 2025.
Thank you very much. I remember the last time we met was, I had an interview was in China when I was privileged to be among the delegation of Mr. President to China. And I could remember vividly at that very important bilateral meetings. Kaduna State government made a lot of presentations, and we are lucky to also talk to a lot of investors in many areas, the areas of information technology, area of agriculture, but most importantly, we also had an agreement with Huawei in the area of security. And of course, I can say that we did that because we believe we need to build our command center. We believe we need technology to be able to address the issue of insecurity in our state. And the reason why we focus on addressing the problem of insecurity is simply because we have a lot of programs and agenda toward revitalizing the rural economies. And we believe to do that, we must invest in the area of agriculture, in the area of health and education. But we cannot achieve any of these areas I mentioned without addressing the problem of insecurity in our own state. Today, I'm happy to say that we have been making a lot of progress. In Kaduna, we have been using our Kaduna model, where in the last 6 months, I can say without any fear of contradiction that we have been addressing the issue of insecurity in Kaduna. There are many frontline local governments. I remember in the last 1 year, you cannot even visit. But today, you can go to those local governments with their eyes closed. Local governments like Beningwali, local government like Giwa, Kachia, Koru, Igabi, all these local governments today, you can go there without any problem of thinking that you might be attacked by any bandits or insurgents or the problem of kidnappings and all those things like that. But today I'm happy we have been able to deploy technology, not only that, also to use non-kinetic approach, which has really helped Kaduna State government to address the problem of insecurity in Kaduna. A lot of states in Nigeria are now coming to us to learn what we've done to address the problem of insecurity, although I can also give credit to the Office of National Security Advisor, which has done tremendously well in working closely with Kaduna State government to address most of these problems. That is one area. The second area, which because making progress in the area of security has also helped us to invest more in agriculture, because as you are aware, agriculture contributes to about 43% of our GDP. Not only that, it also employs about 60% of our workforce in Kaduna State. And that was the reason why only a few weeks ago we became the first state in Nigeria to launch our special agro-industrial processing zone in Kaduna. I'm sure you followed the event, why the president of the African Development Bank, Professor Adesina, made it clear that Kaduna is a front runner, and he urged other states to copy what we've done. And of course, if you could recall, also we were in Rabat in Morocco before the launching of the SAPZ in Kaduna, where we mobilized a lot of money to attract investors that would invest in the project that is in the zone. And as I'm speaking with you, we have been working closely with the African Development Bank, also working with investors, looking at some of the agricultural value chain, like tomato, maize, ginger, and we're also looking at revitalizing our textile industries in Kaduna. These are our focus. If you go to Cotonou particularly, you realize that they launched it first, even before us in Nigeria, and today they have attracted millions of support. Supporting a lot of their citizens, particularly smallholder farmers, numbering over 1 million. That is in a country like Cotonou, which is a very small country. But in Kaduna, we're targeting a lot of smallholder farmers. We're trying to make Kaduna to be agricultural hub in Nigeria. And I can tell you, we are also the first state to achieve Malabo Declaration of at least 10% allocation in our budget to agriculture. When I came in as a governor, what we inherited was just about 0.4%. That was allocation to agriculture in our budget. But today, I can say here that we're the first of national in Nigeria to allocate over 10% to agriculture. That is the Malabo Declaration. And of course, that means from 1.4 billion that I inherited as the budget for agriculture in that very year, that's 2023. In 2025, we allocated close to 80 billion. And of course, that was the reason why only a few months ago, we distributed 500 trucks of fertilizer to smallholder farmers, numbering 120,000 free. That has really helped us. We also distributed about 30,000 solar power farms to support our smallholder farmers during the dry season farming that just finished. And of course, that has really helped us to maintain our position in Nigeria as number one in maize production, number one in tomato production, number one in ginger production, and number two in sorghum. So that's where we are now in Nigeria. And I can say that I'm happy because agriculture is really helping us creating jobs, addressing the problem of poverty in our state, and addressing also the problem of insecurity. Because, like I kept telling people, the problem of insecurity is largely an economic issue in the Northwest. A lot of people are confused with the insecurity issue in the Northeast and the one in the Northwest. The Northeast, largely, you can say, is an ideological issue. But in the Northwest, it's all about the economic issue. Because when our people are impoverished, the poverty level is almost 70%. And people cannot go to school any longer because of insecurity. Certainly, you cannot address the problem. So we realize that when we talk about non-kinetic approach, it's not only telling the army to put their guns down. It's about good governance, about carrying people along, about improving their lives, investment in education, investment in healthcare, investment in agriculture, addressing their social economic issues that affect our people, making sure that you also transform the rural areas, addressing particularly some deficit in the area of infrastructure, which we believe is important to link our markets with our farms. That is the reason why we are constructing a lot of roads, particularly in the rural areas, because we believe we need to address the post-harvest losses also. Like I said, we are number one in tomatoes. So if you don't construct roads to link markets with farms, the farmers will certainly lose a lot. And we are addressing that because we are looking at the infrastructural deficit in the rural areas and constructing a lot of roads right now. Numbering, as we are speaking now, we are constructing about 78 roads, mostly in the rural areas, totaling about 770 kilometers. So that, for me, is